Assets versus liabilities. Considering money is one of the most crucial factors in our lives, you'd think we've all been taught about finances in schools and at home. Surprisingly, financial literacy is not even part of the school curriculum, and many people don't even know the basics. We want to be able to empower you, so you can take control of your money and financial stability, and avoid debts and a life full of money stress and struggle. In this video, I'll explain the difference between assets and liabilities, why they're important, and why you should focus on your resources on purchasing assets, not liabilities. Assets produce cash flow straight to your pocket. Examples of cash flow producing assets would be dividend paying stocks, bonds, businesses, and rental property. Bonds are a way of saving. You can buy bonds of any value in the post office. Some gain interest, and some work a little bit like the lottery, where they pay out up to $1 million to bond owners at random. So you could have a £1 bond and one day get a check in the post. Unlike a lottery ticket, you can cash that bond in, so you never lose your money, and it's an excellent way to keep it safe. Stocks are when you buy a share of a company, so you could buy, say, £1,000 worth of stock in Facebook or Tesco's. If Tesco's does well, they go up, and so does the value of your shares. People have made a lot of money buying stocks in companies like Facebook over the years as they've grown. However, the stock market can be unstable, and if your stocks crash, you can lose money. Buying a business can also be risky, as it could make you money or go bust. But if you're careful, you can do very well. Buying a property to rent is a very solid investment and will give you a nice regular income. Some people choose to have a mixed asset portfolio. That means they put their money in several of the options I just mentioned. By spreading your money, you're hedging your bets and can be safer. Now let's turn to liabilities. Liabilities produce expenses or take away from your pocket. Examples of liabilities that generate expenses would be a home, a car, clothes, material possessions like a TV, computers, and electrical devices. All of these generate bills and ongoing costs or depreciate in value, losing you money. This is where people who are new to money make mistakes. They rush to buy liabilities, cars, clothes, and a nice place to live. All of these will drain your money. Real world example. If you have £15,000 in savings and you decide to go and buy a new car, you'll be spending your money on a liability. If you keep your old car and put the same £15,000 in paper investments like stocks, you can expect annual returns of 7 to 12%. 1 year later, your portfolio would now be worth around £16,800. Your car would have depreciated as much as 19%, now only being worth £12,150. This is why financial advisors will tell you don't buy a car. You should piece or hire one. See all those rich people with fancy cars that you thought they owned? They most probably hire them. Key mistakes criminals make is they focus on earning illegal money, which can be spent on some liabilities because they can have the money they illegally earn traced. This means they never buy assets and get stuck in a cycle of relying on illegal money. Say a drug dealer makes £10,000. What's he going to do with it? He might think he'll invest some back to buy more drugs so he can turn it into £50,000. But whatever he makes, he's stuck with cash he can only spend on clothes, jewelry, and cars. For many people, that will sound great, which is the attraction. But really, what do they own? Nothing. And they'll have to keep working with no stability. Plus, they are more likely to be robbed, and not to mention time lost in prisons, and the high risk of loss of life. As soon as they try to buy assets, the police can start asking where the money came from. Money laundering through legit businesses is one of the main ways people catch dealers. If only more low-income young people were educated in finances and were empowered to understand money, then fewer would fall victim to the negative lifestyle of chasing illegal money to buy liabilities. For rich young people who are taught and raised in an environment that teaches financial literacy, reality is very different. They know the key to utilizing assets. The rich do not work for their money. They make their money work for them. The rich invest in assets rather than liabilities so they can passively produce more wealth. Passive wealth means they don't have to work for their money, and it generates income with no work for them. Think about it. If you focus your wealth on assets rather than liabilities, you will multiply your wealth much faster. You may think you need that flashy car right now, but wouldn't you rather first put your money to work, generating more income? Let's put it into perspective. So in summary, assets produce cash flow or put money in your pocket. Liabilities cause expenses or take money out of your pocket. The rich get their money from assets, not jobs. The more money you spend on assets, not liabilities, the more money you will make. Turn to your workbooks and think about what assets and liabilities you would buy if you had some money. How would you invest it legally to make a return?